what's the worst Cowboys take you've heard over the last 48 to 72 hours? There has been aplenty, and one is really sticking with me right now, and I need to vent about it a little bit. Now, the 908 saying right now, it's I keep hearing people say, let Zeke go. Don't sign Pollard and draft that guy Bijan at 26. It's got him frustrated a little bit.
We're trying to will that one to happen, but he's a hell of a player. Let's just start the process looking at him. He's really, really good.
Great player.
Yeah. How about this, 515? I'm glad you asked. The thing that absolutely drives me crazy is that most of Dallas media covered the Cowboys in a vanilla way. No accountability.
I totally disagree with that.
Some strong takes coming.
I totally disagree with that. I think we were more than fair with them when it comes to evaluating them, and then also the questions and stuff that we brought up.
We throw some heat at them with our opinions. Before
they know. Trust me. Can I say this real quick?
Sure.
I mean, there's guys and gals over there that listen to our show. I get you will not believe the texts I get throughout a show about and then I go over there and work, and guys are saying this, saying that about it, and they're like,
you didn't bring Dawson with you, did you?
No, but I mean, it's
bleep
like
that guy.
But there'll be times where they go, you know what, you guys. I mean, I've said this about Jerry before. You say things and they'll go, but you guys aren't wrong about that.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, and it happens more than not. So trust me, they know exactly what we're saying about that organization.
I think we hold ourselves accountable.
I know I do.
I mean, I
look in the mirror every day.
Absolutely.
I am wondering sometimes where the TV and newspaper pressure is on the quarterback, but that's kind of an access game as well. And access journalism does suck, but everybody's got to play the game if you want to talk to the people involved. And that is part of it. But this week, when it hit the fan and you couldn't run from it anymore, now you're seeing more criticism of Dak from the newspaper and TV type of people than I think you would see. And usually those folks are playing it safe and cheerleading the most.
Yeah.
I think people in the media are starting to, every post game, it's the question about the interceptions, and they have to keep asking the question about that. And, finally Dak comes out like, oh, it's not going to happen anymore. It's the last, all that. And everybody's like, well, the season's over now. This is something that needed to be taken care of. We're all going home now because, turnovers and things like that. And, it's his responsibility. It's the team's responsibility, but he's got to do better in that regard. And he keeps talking about doing better, and they haven't done better. I mean, it's like me, hey, I'm going to be a better broad, you keep talking about it. You got to try and actually do it. I don't know. I think that's the thing that's kind of disheartening me about this, that we're having to, to address that. It just was all year long.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say all year, but the games he played.
Yeah. Once he returned, that became the huge, the huge storyline.
You're frustrated. You saw him play so great Monday night, and maybe it had to do with the Buccaneers, zone defense, no pass rush, maybe it had to do with them. Maybe a little bit different animal in that San Francisco, but the thing that I just can't get over is the fact you gave up 19 points to them and you lost.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
You got to find it, quarterback, coordinator, head coach, whoever, you got to find a way to make some plays and win that football game. You gave away a great opportunity to move on last Sunday.
100%.
Blew it.
The one for me that has been so annoying is people coming to the defense of Trayvon Diggs for the Kittle play.
Really? They're doing that?
People are coming to his defense of basically saying you can't hit in football anymore. He was going to draw a flag if he hit him, and they're giving him a pass for clearly intentionally avoiding contact. And if this was a one-time thing, I wouldn't just completely throw that on him. But we know this about Trayvon Diggs. You go look at his missed tackle percentage, and it's actually really low. Oh my gosh, this guy actually tackles well. It's because he doesn't give himself the opportunity to attempt the tackle, so they can't register it as a missed tackle. He pulls himself away from these things at every turn. We've seen it constantly. He actually can tackle when he tries. Yeah. The couple of times you've seen him try, you're like, there you go, Trayvon. Yeah. But way more often than not, this dude intentionally olays. He spins himself out of the play. He does not want to make contact, and he had a chance that was the biggest play of the game right there, the thing that jump-started the Niner offense. He had the chance to make the play, and he intentionally avoided it. And people that keep coming to his defense, I'm going, what are you talking about? When is it ever the right thing to do to avoid the contact? What are you saying? His only option was to hit Kittle in the head? No, Kittle was bobbling gobbling the ball. Break the pass up.
Play the football.
Even if you're not crushing Kittle with a huge, jarring Ronnie Lott hit, okay. But avoiding the play at all and just chalking it up to you're not allowed to hit people in football anymore is absolutely maddening. And now we're going to get to a place where you have to make a decision. You're going to have to pay Lamb. You're going to have to pay Diggs. I've seen enough of Diggs. I got a ton of respect for the corner that he is coverage-wise. And he was good this year at that. But I just found a Deron Bland in the 5th round. So I feel like I got a young corner of the future. I'm going to draft Trayvon Diggs' replacement in round 1 of this draft.
Ooh, look
ideally.
At that. That's
now,
strong.
of course, the draft, the board falls and things happen. But in a perfect world, and you guys keep telling me all the corners that are available and are going to be at 26.
There's a lot of good corners.
There's
It's a deep corner draft.
I'm replacing Trayvon Diggs in this draft. And obviously, they're going to get to play together for a year or whatever it is. But I'm paying CeeDee Lamb, and I'm not doing it for Trayvon Diggs.
That's a strong take. You know what, Chiafal, I'm not going to agree with you. I'll add to this. You know, if you don't want to pay Trayvon Diggs, take that money into the free agent market, and probably for the same dollar, the same contract, you can get a corner that will tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Or
you don't have to
anything
repay
else.
your own guys. You have $20 million to spend on a corner. It doesn't have to be Trayvon Diggs.
There's it's hard always to find corners that are willing to tackle. I think Joey Porter Jr. does. I don't think he's going to be around. Cam Smith's a guy that I like a lot.
Cam Smith from South Carolina.
Out of South Carolina. He's willing to tackle. He'll come up and do it. Now, he might be around at 26. I don't know if he will.
I just don't want Olay, and I get it. He's got free agency coming up, but 99.99% of injuries are fixable. And if you're worried about the .01, it's not your game.
But gosh, that's tough to just say I don't want to keep a guy that's an all-pro caliber corner. That's hard to find.
If he's a free agent when other guys are, it's easy. I'm just going to take the guy with the better traits. And it should be more about what you can do for the team, not we like you and drafted you.
Yes, they found Deron Bland. They also took Kelvin Joseph, who didn't work, and Sean Wright, who didn't work.
And that's fine, but you have Bland on the cheap. He's young. There's your corner.
That's one corner.
And now I'm telling you, I'm drafting the Trayvon Diggs replacement in round 1 right now.
But what if he doesn't hit?
What if he
doesn't hit?
Why you go
to free agency too.
Correct. I mean,
this team's going to allocate a top of the market salary slot to at least one corner at all
I don't know
times.
that I'm out on just
They
moving on from Trayvon Diggs.
let Byron
I'm sure
Jones
plenty of people will disagree with it.
Yes, that's true. I don't know that they don't necessarily pay for secondary guys.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated with Diggs and the willingness to tackle as well, but he is still a very good cornerback in this league. I'm not just going to completely dump on this guy.
Do you think it's a salary thing that when I get paid, I was a 2nd round pick, and I'm short on a bunch of cash right now for the job that I'm doing. Pay me, and then I'll put my nose in there. I
hope not. I mean, you should. That's a divisional playoff game. You should be putting it all on the line, man. There's no excuse for that crap.
Well, what about the wild card round?
Either way,
The easiest 3rd and 7 that's ever been given up.
There's no excuse for that crap.
It was the most legendary business decision I've ever seen made, and then he doubled down on it with the Kittle play. I can't have that mentality on my defense. When I'm asking all these guys to go be physical and 10 guys on the field for this Cowboys team this time around, physical as hell. Malik Hooker's coming in hitting people. You know about Donovan Wilson. Name that Cowboy defender. He's ready to lay the wood, unless his name is Trayvon Diggs. So I got Deron Bland. I'm going to draft the Trayvon Diggs replacement in the round 1 because everybody keeps telling me there's nothing but dominant corners in this draft.
No, I didn't say dominant.
Very good corners in this draft.
There's not an elite corner prospect like there has been in previous years. Don't
walk it.
Don't
walk it.
No, I'm not walking it. There's not a Sauce Gardner.
Well, Dallas is picking at 26.
But there's
good
corners. I think
Garrett Williams from Syracuse.
I like him a lot as well.
Toughness, willingness to hit, physical player.
I think you can throw a lot at corner. I think you can draft multiple corners in this draft, and you can set yourself up for possibly moving on if you want to. I'm not opposed to that.
I want to. I understand if you don't. I want to. I'm sick of watching that dude not try to tackle anybody. And I can say that while having respect for what he does as a coverage player.
Yeah, I think
there's no question.
I love you. I think it's an overly emotional take on a cornerback that didn't want to tackle because what did Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel do necessarily in the passing game? I think that's a credit to Trayvon Diggs and his ability to cover. Right? I think he's still a very good cover corner.
He is. I won't disagree.
I think Trayvon Diggs is still one of the best corners in football. It's an extremely difficult position to find a guy of that level of play. But I'm with you, Eric. I agree with you in terms of the wussiness, if you will, and him not wanting to stick his nose in it, bro.
If you're a player on that defense right now,
everyone should be looking at him and being like, what the hell are you doing?
It's a morale killer.
All season long, it is a morale killer. And it's in the regular season, and then he showed it back-to-back weeks in the playoffs. I'm a guy that doesn't want to tackle. And that's
fair.
fine, dude. There's another
That's
team.
fair.
Another team will pay you.
Sure.
Because your skill set is valuable, but I just don't want it anymore. And now that I have Deron Bland on the cheap, cool. I got a young corner of the future. I'm about to draft another one. And Izzy McQuamu is going to be a guy that can play some nickel for me. Cool. I can get by with Jordan Lewis if I need to for a little bit more time. No problem. That money's going elsewhere. Trayvon Diggs, I don't want you anymore.
We can get a corner at 26, and it'll be a guy that we like.
Yeah, you're not the soft
And I
starter.
don't need you, Trayvon Diggs, as people keep texting in. I don't need you to be a dominant hitter. I don't need you crushing skulls. I just need you showing some willingness to try more than once a year. Because we can all point to the Bengal game.
Yeah.
Nice job in the Bengal game, bro. Week 2 was sweet for you.
Yeah.
The other 19 tries that you had, you botched it.
Yeah.
And it's been like that since day one. And if you're going to pick off 12, 15 picks a year, cool, bro. That's great. But we all know you're not. So somebody else can pay you a bunch of money.
I'm with you on that.
Tackle anybody.
I'd be willing to vote. You got to be careful with how you spend your money. And I don't think that Trayvon Diggs is going to have double-digit picks. I see a guy that takes too many chances and gives up big plays. And down in, down out, he's not giving up the numbers, but that was probably because the other corners were so easy to pick on. I think the stats could be significantly different over the next couple of years for him.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Is there any other takes, by the way, that are frustrating you guys? I mean, I'll jump into the text. Right, the take I'm having now is seeming to be a little bit frustrating for people. So maybe this particular.
I don't have it confirmed. Are they split on you, or
I would say decently split. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people are passionately with me, and then a lot of people are telling me
the
that I have worse
the fours are all
takes than their sisters.
The fours are all about what? What are the people defending him saying?
That are defending Diggs, just saying like,
are they using the Dion?
He's been playing hurt.
Is this the Dion line?
This take is one of the worst I've ever heard from the station. Eric is making me so mad I almost crashed on 635.
Let's not get people hurt.
You don't pay a corner to tackle. You pay a corner to cover. That would probably be the best defense.
Well, okay,
but you got to get off the field. These playoff games. I mean, like he was talking about. He's right. I'm not asking him to get Leighton Vander Esch tackles. I'm not asking him to get 10 or 12 a game. I'm asking have a willingness to, at least when it's 3rd and 7 and we're trying to get off the field. That 3rd and 7 that the Buccaneers converted the other day, it ended up being a touchdown. So to me, that's kind of where you're in that mode. Well, I take that back. It didn't.
Kerr saved it from being a touchdown.
Saved it being from a touchdown. But they're driving the ball, and you could have got off the field there.
Yes.
The Kittle play. That was a huge play in that game.
Bro. Huge
play in that game.
And that's coverage. You can say it's not tackling. That's fine. Play the ball. What did you say, Walchuk? Play the ball. That's your job as a corner.
Play the ball.
So he didn't play the ball there.
Play the ball.
So he did not do a good job as a corner. Even if he didn't want to make contact. He's juggling the ball, bro. Just force the incompletion. Shouldn't be that hard.
Instead, he dives into a space where he knew he could avoid contact.
Yes.
That's the toughest thing. It's like,
so your hand-eye coordination is that bad, Trayvon Diggs? Can't buy it. You're one of the best athletes on the planet.
Yeah.
And don't tell me you were trying on that play.
It's not throw your shoulder in there, because that's what he tried to do. You need to go in there and inform tackle and wrap up a guy or try and dislodge player from ball.
I'm just interested. If you have the opportunity to get a guy down, do it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
714, Eric snorted a line of cocaine asking Diggs to leave WTF. The very next text, 858, great take on Diggs. Great.
Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We should move Diggs to receiver and draft more corners. There we go, 214.
I like that idea.
Not if he's going to drop the ball.
If he's going to be the Deion Sanders guy, then try to go both ways.
We need receivers right now.